Foundation, martinstlucy.org.
Support for WQCS comes from FPL, where teams work to inspect, upgrade, and strengthen the grid.
Good evening. Welcome to the St. Lucie County School Board meeting, February the 10th at 5 o'clock p.m. We're going to ask that you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then also remain standing for the Kids at Hope Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag As an adult and treasure hunter, I am committed to search for all the talents, skills, and intelligence that exist in all children and youth. I believe all children are capable of success, no exceptions. All righty, at this time we're going to turn it over to Fort Pierce Central. Thank you, Mr. Harris. Fort Pierce Central. What a great night. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the superintendent. We're going to start off with special orders of business.
At this time, I'd like to bring up the best chief of communications. Well, you're just going to put the clicker there for the best executive director of assessment and accountability, Dr. Adrian Ocampo, who will present. Thank you. And Dr. Ocampo is going to present on some wonderful news about our graduation rate and individual school graduation rates. I would ask the board to wait here until his presentation is over, and then we're going to go down and take photos with each individual school team along with their new pictures with their new graduation rates that were released by the state. So with that being said, Dr. Ocampo.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. I appreciate it. Good evening, Chairman Ingersoll, school board members, and once again, Superintendent Prince. So once again, we have amazing news, good news to share. St. Lucie Public Schools is ranked 12th in the state for graduation in 2025. In the second column, we have the graduation rates for our traditional high schools in our district. 96.9 for Fort Pierce Central, 97.1 for Westwood, Lincoln Park 100%, Mosaic Digital Academy 100%. Now, Port St. Lucie High 99.8, but I highlighted because that could easily round up to 100%. Centennial High School, 98.8%, and Treasure Coast High School, 99.6%. Let's round that up to 100%. Congratulations to our traditional high schools. And overall, once again, St. Lucie Public Schools has an unrounded graduation rate of 94.5%. So this, if we look at 2024 and compare it to 2025, we see that we have a 0.2% increase when you compare both years. I also want to take a few seconds to highlight the amazing graduation rate of Performance-Based Academy. They had an increase in their graduation rate of 19% over the last 3 years, and a rate of 80.2% for the last 2 years. So in this slide, we see the graduation rates from 2015 to 2025 shown in this line graph. So you can see in 2015 where we started at 76%, you can see where we are now. So this year, once again, we have that 95% graduation rate. So even more exciting than this is that we have been at or above 90% for 9 consecutive years. So we are one of only 3 districts out of all of our districts, out of 67 districts, that are in this elite group with Nassau and St. John's. So going a little deeper into St. Lucie, St. John's, and Nassau, we can see when we analyze the economically disadvantaged category, we have some challenges that the other members of this group do not have. So you can see in the circle graph, St. Lucie has 2,182 students in the graduation cohort that qualify for free and reduced lunch, far more than the other 2 districts. However, our district makes no excuses. Our high schools ensure students continue to graduate at high levels. So when we break it down by graduation percentage by category in the bar graphs, we see that our graduation percentage in the 3 categories also tells a great story. So when we compare the 24 to 25 graduation percentage by economically disadvantaged, our students on free and reduced lunch showed a 1% increase. Our ESE students show a 1.7% increase, and our ELL students show a 0.1% increase. So we can also analyze our graduation ranking by the same categories. So for students with disabilities, we are ranked 6th in the state out of the 67 districts. We are ranked 10th for economically disadvantaged students, and 14th for our ELL students. These successes are tied to our pledge that we believe that all students are capable of success, no exceptions. So we can also view our graduation rate since 2015 by race. The blue line represents Black students, the orange Hispanic students, and the green white students. So what's notable and a huge reason to celebrate is that over the last 3 years, all the way to the right and above, over the last 3 years, there is no gap between the three groups. So you can see, especially in the last 2 years, where the three groups of students are at 94 or 95%, and there's once again virtually no gaps between the two students, especially when we look back to where we were in 2015. So here we look at our state graduation rate rankings since 2015, and we see that we are now ranked 12th out of the 67 school districts in Florida. And finally, we're going to compare ourselves to our neighboring counties. We continue to maintain a higher graduation rate than Martin County, Palm Beach, and Okeechobee counties. So thank you for all that you do. Our principals, Dr. Prince has repeatedly said the graduation rate reflects the health of our school district. Each principal here takes great pride in knowing that they all play a part in the educational journey of our students. So at this time, Dr. Prince, I would like to invite our principals and their teams to come up for pictures.
Okay, and Lydia Martin will announce which teams are coming up. I'd invite the board members to move up front. Also, as we're transitioning, I just wanted to say we do have some high school students in our audience today, and it is not easy to graduate with that diploma. You have to have 24 credits, a 2.0 GPA. You have to pass a math proficiency test, a reading proficiency test. It is a very challenging, and I can tell our parents that if you can pass an exam in algebra, well, more power to you, because our students have to do that. So congratulations to our school centers, our principals, our support staffs that made it happen. And at this time, Ms. Martin, if you want to bring up our principals,
Yes.
we'll take photos.
Thank you so much, Superintendent Dr. Prince. At this time, we'd like to invite those representatives from Fort Pierce Central High School to come forward with a graduation rate of 97%. Okay, congratulations, Fort Pierce Central High School. And this time, we'd like to invite Fort Pierce Westwood Academy, 97% graduation rate. You make your way up front at this time. All right, congratulations, Fort Pierce Westwood Academy. And coming forward now are the representatives from Lincoln Park Academy with 100% graduation rate. Lincoln Park. Okay, congratulations, Lincoln Park and Port St. Lucie High School, 100% graduation rate. All right, congratulations, Port St. Lucie High School. And we have St. Lucie West Centennial coming forward, 99%. Congratulations, Centennial. Congratulations, Centennial. And now Treasure Coast High School, 100% graduation rate. Okay, congratulations, Treasure Coast. And now we have Mosaic Digital Academy, 100% graduation rate, Mosaic. Congratulations, Mosaic. And last but certainly not least, we have representatives from Performance-Based Preparatory Academy and Dale Cassens Educational Complex. These schools contribute greatly to the overall graduation rate for St. Lucie Public Schools. Many of their students' graduation rates count at the school district level overall. So do we have any representatives from these schools here tonight? I know they're working hard getting the rest of their students to graduate tonight. So, yes, absolutely. We can go ahead and move the sign. So congratulations to Performance Based and Dale Cassens. Okay, and at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Kevin Perry to come forward, who will share our next special order of business.
Chairman Ingersoll, School Board Member, Superintendent Prince, African American History Month is the brainchild of Dr. Carter G. Woodson, a noted scholar and academician with an earned PhD in history from Harvard University. Negro History Week began in 1926 with this year's celebration marking a century of recognizing African American contributions to the nation's history. Negro History Week was expanded to become Black History Month in 1976 when U.S. President Gerald Ford issued the first Black History Month commemoration, urging Americans to participate in its observance and saying, with the celebration, we can seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. President Carter added in 1978 that the celebration provides for all Americans a chance to rejoice and express pride in a heritage that adds so much to our way of life. We are honored to have Ms. Latricia Stubbs James, our current Principal of the Year, present the African American History Month proclamation. Ms. Stubbs James.
Thank you. Whereas the School Board of St. Lucie County takes pride in joining Americans throughout the country and various parts of the world in recognizing February 2026 as National African American History Month, and whereas African American History Month celebrates the contributions that African Americans have made to American history, and whereas National African American History Month had its origin in 1915, and it was initiated in 1926 by Dr. Carter G. Woodson as Black History Week. And in 1976, the commemoration of Black history in the United States was expanded to Black History Month. And in doing so, he stated, "Those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from the teaching of biography and history." And whereas in 1994 and 2002, the Florida legislature passed legislation to ensure that African and African American history content is taught in schools, and whereas 2026 marks a milestone year commemorating 100 years since the very first national observance of Black history and culture, initiated by Dr. Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. And whereas this year's theme, A Century of Black History, highlights the profound significance of a century of dedicated Black history commemoration, and whereas by focusing on a century of Black History Month in 2026 is a moment to learn, to reflect, and to celebrate the cultural richness that has defined Black life and contributions in the United States for generations. And whereas a century of Black history encourages individuals and organizations to engage in meaningful activities that honor and uplift the rich history and culture of Black Americans, fostering a deeper understanding of their impact on society and reinforcing the importance of studying, teaching, and sharing Black history. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the School Board of St. Lucie County does hereby proclaim February 2026 as African American History Month, adopted this 10th day of February 2026. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, we respectfully request that you call for the vote for adoption.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite Heather Rowland, Executive Director of Exceptional Student Education and Student Services, who will share the next special recognition.
Good evening, Chairman Mr. Ingersoll, Vice Chairman Mrs. Hawley, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Prince. Tonight, we're honored to recognize an extraordinary act of community partnership and generosity. We are proud to accept a $5,000 donation from Surfers for Autism, made possible in collaboration with St. Lucie Firefighters Benevolent and Lieutenant Adam Zaccaro, who has joined us here this evening. These funds will go directly to classroom teachers who serve students with autism to purchase supplemental materials and supplies. Surfers for Autism is an organization dedicated to enriching lives of children with autism, providing a safe, supportive, and empowering experience through surfing. On behalf of St. Lucie Public Schools, we extend our sincere gratitude to Lieutenant Adam Zaccaro for your dedication and continued commitment to our students and families, and we'd like to invite you to say a few words. Thank you so much, Adam.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Proud to be here. Proud to say that this is the third year I'm here donating this $5,000 for our special needs teachers. It's representing the St. Lucie County Fire Benevolent. Our firefighters are out there, working every day and doing a lot of fundraising so we can give back to the community. So between the Firefighters Benevolent and the St. Lucie County Fire District, we're proud to support the school board, Surfers for Autism, and other special needs in our county. So again, glad to give this $5,000 for those teachers out there that are helping our ESE students. Thank you so much.
Thanks once again for the wonderful donation. Next, I'm proud to announce a new monthly recognition that we will be acknowledging some students. This is a joint effort with the Communications Office and the Transportation Office just to bring awareness about bus safety. And so we have a new award called the Lucy Leader Award, where each month the Transportation Department will select 3 students from across the district who have really exemplified what it means to be a good bus rider. And rather than me telling you about the award, I'm going to have Lucy herself tell us a little bit about the award.
Of St. Lucie Public Schools, it's me, Lucy. I just wanted to give a big honk of appreciation for earning the Lucy Leader Award. That means you've been safe, respectful, and responsible, and that makes you a true leader. Keep up the great work, keep leading by example, and remember, the journey doesn't stop here. Let's keep rolling toward kindness, courage, and learning every single day. Be a Lucy leader wherever you go.
Excited to be able to recognize 3 students, and I believe they are here this evening along with their parents. If they could come forward. We have Abigail Elwell, first grade from Allapattah Flats K-8. Is Abigail here? Come on forward. We have Lindsay St. Age, third grade, Mariposa Elementary. Come on forward. And we have Mia Smith, first grade from Weatherby Elementary. Fantastic. All right, congratulations to these exceptional student leaders. Next, I'd like to recognize our star recipients for this evening. The first nominee is Angela Moreno, a parent information specialist from the Student Assignment Office. If she could come forward, please. Angela was nominated by a parent, Miss Kadir, and Miss Kadir wrote, "Immediately when I walked into the office, Angela greeted me with a smile, asking how she could help. I wasn't exactly sure about the process. I told her my request and concerns, and she jumped right into action, actively listening to my concerns, and she made me feel respected, heard, and a part of the process. She informed me of everything and helped me look at different options and alternatives for my student. She said she's so happy and excited and pleased about the next steps for her son, who is approaching his next level of education and development. And she said it wasn't exactly, especially what she did, it was how Angela made her feel." So congratulations to Angela, and thank you so much. Bye, Lucy. Congratulations. Next, we have 2 individuals, and they are both nominated for participating in the same event, and these were nominated by Lily Trinidad, coordinator of English language learners. We have Caroline Redding, who is a behavioral specialist with Student Services, and Sally Vandereet, an instructional specialist from the Office of Teaching and Learning. If they could come forward. Ms. Redding is being recognized because she played an essential role in the planning and organization of the ESOL conference. She brought a comprehensive vision and a keen attention to detail. She designed a beautifully crafted digital ESOL conference guide that included agenda, maps, and session descriptions. Her commitment, insight, and organizational excellence were instrumental to the success of the conference and to advancing our district mission and pillars. Sally Vandereet demonstrated exemplary professionalism and dedication as she served as the technology expert for the conference. Her leadership ensured a seamless registration process, including accurate session selection and seat allocations. She created detailed conference badges that included personalized schedules and direct access to the conference guide. Her behind-the-scenes expertise in managing complex technological systems was integral to the success of the conference. Congratulations to Ms. Redding and Ms. Vandereet. And that concludes our special orders of business for this evening.
At this time, we're going to move on to ESOL report. If anyone's here to represent them. Seeing no one. CWA report. Thank you, ma'am. St. Louis, the Youth Advisory Council. All righty.
Good evening, everyone. I know you guys miss me so much. So
We did.
You did?
Yes.
I miss you guys too. Just to reintroduce myself, my name is Karina Rocho. I'm the chairperson for Youth Advisory Council. And I wanted to start off by thanking you all for your support to our schools and students. I'm also proud to see our graduation rate is so high for 2025, and it is a testament to the splendid work that we are doing. And I do believe that we can beat it for next year for the class of 26 by continuing to work hard and support each other. At our January YAC meeting, we discussed concerns about student participation and ways to improve involvement around our schools. We also heard from my vice chair, Sydney Daniel, who shared an exciting idea about a school thrift store that they have at Lincoln Park Academy. This project aims to provide students with access to free or affordable clothing to help them stay in dress code and support the community. An excellent example of a student-led initiatives making a difference. We recognize that student involvement is key to making our schools better, and we are planning to focus on turning those ideas into actions in the coming months. Moving forward, we will work on specific outreach strategies, encourage student-led events, and find ways to make involvement fun and rewarding. Our goal is to keep you updated on the progress of these efforts and continuing involving our students and shaping our community. Thank you again for your ongoing support, and I look forward to working together to make a positive difference in our schools. Thank you.
Thank you, and great job. Great job. We're going to move on to the consent agenda. Board members, can we have the adoption of the consent agenda? Can I get a motion, please?
So moved to adopt the consent agenda.
I got a motion. Can I get a second? Second. I got a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Mr. Superintendent, can I have your recommendation, please?
I recommend the board approve the consent agenda submitted.
Board members, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion, second?
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Mr. Superintendent, can I have your report, please?
Yeah, I just wanted to, first of all, thank all of those that participated with Night of the Stars. It was hosted by Lincoln Park on Saturday night, and what a wonderful event it was. It was literally packed, and we had a number of winners, which are listed here. We had Stephanie Shepard, Teacher of the Year, Breanne Yates, Outstanding First-Year Teacher, Devon Higgins, Larry McNeely, Jorge Gaz, Latricia Stubbs-James, and Lauren Giesler. I'm not going to read them for you, but I will say that it was a wonderful event. And once again, Lincoln Park just blew it out of the park with regards to hosting that event and making it a first-class event and a true celebration for our public schools and all the hardworking staff members that make up and the people that deal with our kids each and every day. I wanted to remind the board of a couple of upcoming events. The STEM Fair Awards are February 18th at 6 p.m. in the District Office Boardroom. The Chart Your Course Maritime Career Expo for middle school students is February 19th at the Fort Pierce Yacht Club from 8:15 to 12:30. And then we also, next week, is a very important award ceremony. We do sponsor a table at the Business and Industry Awards. That's at 5 p.m. at the Mid-Florida Center on Tuesday the 17th. And then we've got our Black History program, which is a wonderful show put on by the students honoring Black history, and that's at Fort Pierce Central, February 20th at 9:15. I want to thank our board members for being so supportive of all of the activities that our students engage in. We always see board members there participating, talking to students, and getting their feedback. And I can't tell you how fortunate I am as a superintendent to have such an active board and an appreciative board of the work that is being done, not just on the buses, but in the kitchens, in the classrooms, and in the offices of our schools. Lastly, if you do have a significant other, Saturday, the 14th, is Valentine's Day. I just want to make sure the gentlemen in my cabinet remember their significant others. With that being said, that concludes my remarks.
Thank you for the reminders. Attorney's report?
No report.
No report. Moving on to school board members' report. Where did I start last time? Okay, I'm going to start with Mrs. Richardson then. Mrs. Richardson, if you don't mind.
Thank you so very much. Good evening to everyone. My board report are structured with intentions, and here's what you can expect. Think of my report as a table that I've prepared. Not everything will be relevant to everyone. Take what applies to you and leave the rest. Before there was anything, in the beginning, there was the Word. I intend to use this platform to be a voice, especially for those who often go unheard. Our most vulnerable students and educators, our underserved families, and our underprivileged communities. Education is transformational. With the right support, motivation, and opportunities, we can change life trajectories. I'm here to make a difference, not to maintain the status quo. This means being proactive rather than reactive, charting our own course rather than simply responding to what others decide for us. It means having substantive conversation on this dais about the issues that matters most to our students and families. Right now, there is a tremendous amount happening, particularly legislative, that could and will directly impact our district and students' education. These changes are positioned to happen rapidly. And while I understand that most people are focused on daily life, these decisions affect you and your children's future. I'll begin my report with my visit to Village Green Elementary, where I had the honor of reading to Mrs. Powell's kindergarten class. Mrs. Powell, thank you for the excellent work you're doing with your students. Senior students in action gave me a first-hand look at your teaching, and I was truly impressed. It's worth noting that Mrs. Powell is a St. Lucie Public School graduate whose mother also taught in the district for many years. Having you continue your family's teaching tradition here is a gift to your student. Thank you for giving our students the foundation they need to be the best versions of themselves. Moving on, I would like to appreciate one of our own. I can't think of a more fitting time to honor this special lady, Mrs. Linda Tapia. She was one of the honorees at the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's commemorative ceremony, where Dr. Prince and Dr. Tim Moore brought greetings. Mrs. Tapia received the Migrant Recruiter Advocacy Award for her continuous outstanding leadership as a role model in our community. Mrs. Tapia is the first Hispanic to receive this recognition. She is a dedicated advocate for the migrant and non-English speaking in our community. I can't think of anyone who can outwork her, who has a bigger heart, who is a stronger advocate, or who can make things happen at a moment's notice. Mrs. Tapia is known and respected throughout our community. Bringing this home, Mrs. Tapia has worked in the district since 1988. She has served as a senior migrant, or she is serving as a senior migrant recruiter for the Migrant Education Program. She founded and continues to host Que Pasa St. Lucie, the first Spanish language educational television program in our area. What I've shared about Mrs. Tapia speaks volumes about the quality, caliber, and level of excellence that serve our students and families. Mrs. Tapia, thank you for your service to our district, particularly to our non-English speaking community. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Mrs. Tapia, thank you for your love, and happy birthday. Yes, tomorrow is her birthday, so thank you for that. Pivoting to my visit to Forest Grove Middle, I had the opportunity to visit with the proud principal of Forest Grove Middle School, Principal Bobo. My visit started the moment I entered the school, where I was greeted by Mrs. Ingram, Mrs. Bello, and Mrs. Sally Jones. These ladies set the tone for everything that followed. I can remember in the past visiting the school where the atmosphere felt charged and sometimes chaotic. Within the last 3-4 years, however, the environment has become very conducive to learning, very peaceful, very calm. Principal Bobo and we talked about the changes in the school. She told me that her students come first. If she's speaking with an adult and her students need her attention, they take priority. All of you students, young ladies sitting here, you take priority. She said, "There is no me without you. There is no school without you." She shared part of her journey to principalship with me, attributing her teaching skills to Principal Felicia Nixon, who mentored her in becoming the outstanding teacher she is. Principal Nixon encouraged her when she when the going got tough and reminded her of the importance of staying on course. She gave honor to Principal Andrea Popwell, who guided her and gave her the grace to become the amazing, exceptional, outstanding principal that she is today. I can't say enough about Principal Bobo. She leads by example with passion, commitment, empathy, and strength. Behind every great principal is a great team. Thank you to Assistant Principal Person, Assistant Principal Seminsky, and the entire Forest Grove team. You have revolutionized the culture and trajectory of the school, making it a safe learning environment. At a time when schools are losing students, I'm happy to report that Forest Grove gained 40 students in the MOA program over the last couple of months. Game on, Bulldog Nation. Finally, I want to take a moment to publicly recognize our board attorney. Yes. Scott Cole. For about a year and a half, I've had the benefit of his counsel, and I'm very pleased with the work he has done for me. His legal advice has been professional and sound. He weighs matters carefully and provides clear guidance on everything I consult with him about. I trust his judgment and expertise, and for the record, I'm satisfied with Mr. Cole as our board attorney. Thank you, Attorney Cole. Thank you. In closing, I'll leave you with this. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. And I yield. Thank you.
Mrs. Aronson.
I just have a couple of remarks. I want to thank Ms. Broussard at Fort Pierce Westwood for hosting me, and of course, Nikki DeMeo from Treasure Coast for hosting me as well this past week. We had some great conversations, and I really enjoyed visiting those schools. I want to mention that we're going to be doing Young Floridian training in the schools next month. I'm excited about that. Hopefully, some of my fellow board members and any teacher can come out and take a look at that. We also do that at the boot camps in the summer for Career Source. So I'm excited to share that program with everybody. And in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I want to publicly acknowledge my husband, because I often forget as well, and publicly acknowledge that I should have put Mrs. Aronson on my placard, which he reminds me of monthly. So happy Valentine's Day to Bruce and to everybody else. That's it.
Dr. Prince, you should get on that. Fix it. Ms. Holly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just to report to my fellow board members that 2 weeks ago I spent the week in Tallahassee representing us with our legislative body, and I have to say, for the first time in multiple years, we made good progress on educational issues on all of our visits. So it was a very cold week in Tallahassee, though. Didn't get to see snow, but the temperatures were cold. But St. Lucie County has become known amongst our legislators as being a leader in Florida. And that's thanks to all of you and all the work you do every day, including our students. You're the ones that make us shine. So thank you for all you do, students. And a shout out to Patrick Madden. The Wedding Singer was fabulous, as always, with his productions. And be on the lookout for the summer production, which will be Frozen. It will take place in June. Tickets will go on sale early May. But if you haven't seen one of the kids' productions there, you really need to treat yourself, because it is the best show in town, probably the best show on the East Coast. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Mills.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ocampo, for sharing with us our graduation rates. 9 consecutive years is a big deal to be over 90% graduation. The other big deal is seeing how we have increased every year and have closed that graduation rate, and there's no gaps now. I'll never forget coming on and seeing the graduation rates at that time, as well as the academic achievement rates. And what I found was our black males were doing the worst in achievement here in St. Lucie County, and then it was our black females. To see today that all gaps have been closed and that all of our children are excelling the same says a whole lot about this county and where we come from and where we are now today. All of our children truly are capable of success, and there truly is no exceptions. But the adults are the ones that make the difference. And so we have made that difference in St. Lucie County, and now we could boast of being the 12th in the district of 67 districts in graduation as far as the highest graduation rates in the state of Florida. In 2015, what were we? We were 44th out of 67 districts. And during that time, it was the children's fault. But once we as adults took hold of the responsibility of making sure that our children succeed, and not just us, but the entire community took it on board. And now we see such success in St. Lucie County with our children. Young people, I knew you always could do it, and I always believed the adults could do it as well, and we're there right now. We want to continue to be there. We made our first A in the district. We want to keep it that way, and it wasn't easy because our young people have to pass state exams, so we can't give out no diplomas. You have to get them yourself, and you have to be able to pass serious subject matters. Many of them that we as adults could not pass today if we took them. So you young people have done the work, and we congratulate you on that. Also, I want to thank the fire department. This is the third year that they've come through for St. Lucie County Public Schools with a $5,000 check. And we want to thank you, surfers. We want to thank you, fire department, for being able to see how much we, public schools, need your help. And they did it for children of autism. And I want to encourage different organizations out there. Many of you already give, but all of you can give to public school education. It truly does make a difference when you give. Even if it's not financial, parents, give your time. Don't just come to the sport events, but come to your school and volunteer. Do whatever you can to make a difference and to help us in your children's lives. It's a great thing to celebrate Black history. My daughter came from Africa a few weeks ago, and she brought me this beautiful attire. She went to Ghana, and she brought a couple of African dresses for me, and I've been just boasting all February, enjoying and showing off the African heritage and so forth. So I want to say kudos to my daughter for thinking about me while she was in Africa. Also, Fort Pierce Central Music Presentation, Mr. Harris, you outdid yourself. Mr. Gardner, who's the principal of that school, you outdid yourself tonight. Thank you for those two beautiful selections. You've got to be superior rating because that was really good what you did this evening. Ed Foundation, thank you for all that you do. We just celebrated our Star Award night, and it was because of the Ed Foundation and what the work that they do in the community to bring in donations and support and to encourage our educators as well as our support staff. So thank you, Mr. Tom and the Ed Foundation. And last but not least, I read something this morning that really was very inspiring to me. I won't read it to you, but what I will say is Valentine's Day should not be just one day. Valentine's Day should be every day of the week, Mr. Troy.
That could be expensive.
And I'm not talking just husband and wife and all that stuff. I'm talking about community. Let every day be Valentine's Day, community. Let's care, really care about one another, and let's celebrate Valentine's Day every single day of the week by doing something kind for someone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mills. We have a lot of good things going on here in St. Lucie County. We had a good consent agenda, a lot of business taking place. Thank you, Superintendent and Cabinet, for working our business out and projecting the future. There's a lot of good things going on here. Right now, we're going to go ahead and move to a scheduled speakers report. Mrs. Christy Thanos. Mrs. Thanos is a scheduled speaker, and she'll have 5 minutes.
Good evening, St. Lucie Board, Superintendent, educators, and community. I'm here tonight because America has lost its moral compass. Our children are paying the price for it right here in St. Lucie County. This does not begin in our classrooms. It begins at the top, when national leaders model cruelty, mockery, and division. That behavior does not stay in politics. It becomes permission for prejudice, permission for hate, and children absorb it as normal. Recently, a degrading and dehumanizing image of former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama was publicly circulated. That image was not a joke. It was not harmless. It sent a clear message to people of color, including children watching. You can still be reduced no matter who you are or what you achieve. That kind of messaging causes real harm. It reinforces stereotypes and teaches disrespect. Florida and Texas are now the epicenters of visible prejudice and divisive rhetoric in this country. That reality matters because what leaders tolerate publicly becomes behavior children repeat privately. When prejudice goes unchecked, schools become the front line of the damage. Florida educates one of the most diverse student populations in America, and St. Lucie County reflects that every day. Our classrooms include children of many races, cultures, languages, and immigration status. Many of our schools are Title I, serving families already under economic strain. That makes our responsibility clear. Our schools must be a place of protection, not fear, yet fear is exactly what many students are living with, especially as immigration enforcement, particularly ICE, has been allowed to operate through intimidation rather than humanity. Even when enforcement does not occur on campus, the fear follows children into classrooms. Students worry if a parent will be detained. They worry who will pick them up. They worry if their family will still be intact tomorrow. Educators see the results: anxiety, withdrawal, attendance problems, behavioral changes. These are not discipline issues, they are trauma responses. St. Lucie has committed to student mental health, social, emotional, and learning, and whole child education. But fear undermines all of it. No child should learn while living in survival mode. Let me be clear, this is not political, it is not moral. Morality is measured by how we treat the vulnerable, especially children. So what must we do? This board must continue clearly and publicly affirm that St. Lucie County schools are safe for every child without exception. Silence is not neutral, it is harmful. We must strengthen trauma-informed practices with counselors, social workers, and staff training that recognizes fear rooted in prejudice and family instability. We must explicitly teach empathy, respect, and civic responsibility. Rejecting hate is not controversial. Teaching dignity is not optional. And we must call out prejudice every time we see it, especially when it comes from positions of power. Hate grows when adults look away. Children notice. Our children are watching what we tolerate. And when cruelty is Modeled from the top, hate flows downhill into our classrooms. St. Lucie County must draw a clear line, protect our children, reject prejudice, and lead with humanity. That is how we bring back our moral compass together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This time, we're just going to take about a moment to regroup here, and then we're going to start in about 6:11. So we're going to just take a quick break. (6:11), there it is. That's our quick break. All right, we're going to go to our scheduled speakers, and I know there's a lot of speakers today, but before we start, I just want to say a few things. I know all about sports. My daughter played varsity, flag football, basketball, one other sport, volleyball. My son played football, cross country, Effort Central, tennis, and there's another, soccer. I've coached at Lincoln Park. I graduated from Lincoln Park in 1992. I was one of the first basketball teams in '92. I've coached at Lincoln Park for 3 years, volleyball. I've coached at Fort Pierce Central 4 years, 3 years. And I've also coached at Legacy. So I've been around, and I know the relationship that you have with a coach. It is special. So we want to be able to hear your voice, and this is what democracy is all about. We're here to hear you. You all will have 3 minutes. So, and I look over there and I see Coach Matthews. I've been out, and Taylor, I've gone out and supported you guys for 20 some odd years as a youth minister, so I know all about Lincoln Park and the tradition of winning. What we want is just to make sure that you heard. This school board will sit here and listen to this. We won't make a comment, and the superintendent will take all these comments under consideration. But you need to understand, too, that the school board does not get into personnel policy. We just need to make sure that the process was upheld, and the superintendent and his staff will take care of that. So we're going to go ahead and start. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. If you will, just get up there, state your name, just for the record, and our attorney will give your time. And another thing, too, just be respectful. All comments will be directed towards me as the board chair. All right, and I apologize if I mispronounce your name. I'm going to go ahead. So Marika Reglin. Okay. Never had that happen before. All right. We can? Oh, okay. Ayana Cox. Again, please state your name for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this short. But good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name's Ayana. I'm giving honor to y'all in your respectful places. Thank you for my support. I'm really just here to say how I felt about Coach McBride. She made me feel welcome. She made me want to be on the field. I tried out for softball in 6th grade, and I didn't make it. So I just felt crushed, and I didn't come back until this upcoming year. I was like, let me just try it again. Coach McBride was the person that opened doors up for me. She seen potential in me and wanted me to come out there and try my hardest. Her discipline was very strict. It was never this, that, or pointing you out, targeting you. It was never that. Also, Coach McBride, y'all give me a minute, because I'm getting emotional. But anyways, Coach McBride, she was just the person that was there, made sure everybody was on time, very organized. And now that she's not there no more, it just feels misleading and unprofessionally. And I just want to say I want my coach back. Thank you.
Lakenza Brown. Lakenzia.
helping to support WQCS. To get NPR Plus, visit our website at wqcs.org.
If you have an Amazon Echo, it's easier than ever to listen to WQCS programming. First, enable our skill by saying,
Alexa, enable WQCS skill.
You only have to do that once. Now,